Alright, so this video is all about synergy. We'll be comparing the Synergy DRECT module to the Soldano module. More specifically, the OG Soldano Synergy module, which is the first version that came out, which is basically just that overdrive channel, I believe, without all the dip switches and also the extra clean channel, which is included in the second version of that module. So the main reason why I wanted to do this video is because it's pretty common knowledge now that the rectifier preamp circuit design is pretty much a clone of the Soldano circuit. So I thought it would be pretty interesting to take both those preamps and run it through the same power amp and see if we can get them to sound pretty much exactly the same. I mean, in theory, they should sound exactly the same. It's the same preamp going through the same power amp, right? It always fascinated me that the rectifier sounds so much different than a Soldano, even though that preamp design is exactly the same. From other people that I've talked to, they say it's because of that power amp and just a few tweaks here and there in the preamp. But now with these awesome new Synergy modules, we can take those two preamps and run them through the exact same power amp, the Syn 5050 power amp. Let's check out some sounds, alright? So I got everything pretty much set around noon for both preamp modules. And we're going to start with the DRECT module. That's going to be the first one you're going to hear, and the second one is going to be the Soldano. Let's check it out. First up, DRECT. Alright, so right off the bat, that sounds completely different to me. So pretty much the difference is in that low end, is what I'm hearing at the moment. Here's the DRECT again. And the Soldano. Yeah, wildly different there. And I pretty much got all the controls set to noon. On the Syn 5050 power amp, I have the presence dialed up to about 1 o'clock and the depth backed off to about 10 o'clock. Alright, so let's do some more riffing between the two of those modules. Once again, let's start with the DRECT. Yeah, so that rectifier definitely has the that low-end flubbiness and that kind of muffled sound, but we all know that we're not supposed to set all the tone controls at noon with the rectifier, so let's dial it in a little bit differently and then do some more comparisons. Okay, so now on the rectifier module, I have the bass off completely, the mid and treble at about 1 o'clock, and the presence just a little bit past noon. Let's see how that sounds. Oh yeah, and I'm on the orange mode. Let's compare that to the Soldano. Cool, getting a little bit closer there, but still, just all that bass content is happening in the rectifier. I wonder if I crank the bass on the Soldano module, if we can get it to sound closer to the rectifier. Let's try that. All right, so now we're back to the Soldano. I got the bass knob cranked and I got the mid scooped a little bit. Treble at about 1 o'clock and the gain at noon. This is what we have. Alright, so now we're getting more of that nu metal-y kind of sound out of the Soldano, which is pretty interesting. Okay, I'm going to compare that to the red mode on the rectifier module. I got the treble and presence at about 1 o'clock, the mid right at noon, the bass all the way off, and the gain at about 11 o'clock. Back to the Soldano. Rectifier. That's pretty close. That's sounding pretty similar. Okay, so the Soldano can actually do the rectifier thing pretty well. Let's see if we can get the rectifier to do more of that martially kind of Soldano thing. Okay, so I'm back to the orange setting on the rectifier, and I got the presence just past noon. I got the treble at about 2 o'clock. Bass is all the way off once again, and mid is about 1 o'clock, and the gain is at about 1 o'clock as well. Let's throw a boost in front of that. I got the TC Electronic Spark kicking the front end of the rectifier right now. Alright, let's compare that sound to the Soldano unboosted, and I'm back to more of the neutral settings. I got the bass and the treble at noon, the mid is pushed to about 2 o'clock, and the gain is at about 1 o'clock. Here we go. Back to the rectifier boosted. Soldano unboosted. Cool, so kind of getting in the ballpark there. Still, it fascinates me how just left to their own devices without any boost or anything, and all the tone control set around noon, that they just sound completely different, even though they're the same design, and they're both going through the same power amp. One more thing I'd like to try is to see how both these preamps react to really low tuning. So I'm going to get my baritone out and do some low drop B chugging, baby. Alright, so I got my baritone out, and let's first try the rectifier module. This is the red channel, and we've got the gain at about 10 o'clock. Once again, the bass is all the way off, as it should be, and the middle is right at noon. Treble and presence are at about 1 o'clock. Pretty cool. I'm kind of liking that. It's kind of got the stoner metal thing happening a little bit. Let's try that with a boost. Alright, and here's the Soldano. Gain is at about 10 o'clock. Bass, about 10 o'clock as well. Mid push to about 2 o'clock. Treble right in the middle. Let's try the Soldano with the TC boost in front of it. We haven't done that yet. Let's see what we got. Without a boost. I'm liking the way both those sound. Let's turn the boost off again, and I'm going to take the bass down even more on the Soldano. See what we get. Alright, so there is the DRECT Synergy module compared to the Soldano Synergy module, the OG Soldano Synergy module. Yeah, and I think both these modules are great to have. If you want more of that classic rock martially kind of thing, definitely you'll get there faster with the Soldano. If you want more of that modern 90s, early 2000s doom metal thing, the Rectifier module will get you there faster, but you can also get it with the Soldano, I would say. And in my opinion, I think you can get good martially sounds out of the DRECT as well if you put a boost in front of it. And I really like the vibe that you can get with the Rectifier, with the boosted DRECT module. It's kind of got its own mean, squelchy kind of thing happening, which is really cool. So yeah, have you guys tried these two modules? What do you guys think about the Synergy lineup in general, let me know in the comments, and we'll get a little discussion happening. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.